The thing that burns right now isn't just a challenge in your chest, it's a raging fire, the deep yearning to be more than just a face in the crowd, more than just another founder who fades into the background when the spotlight shifts. Most founders get lost in the noise. They're stuck chasing trends, desperate for validation, dragging along the weight of systems that weren't built for them. They grind endlessly, hoping their hard work alone will save them, but it never does. They hit the same walls again and again, feeling invisible, misunderstood, disposable. The world tells them, be patient, play by the rules, build what we already value, but every inch of their gut screams otherwise. Because here's the brutal truth. The system doesn't want you exceptional, it wants you replaceable. It's like being handed a map to a destination that no longer exists, telling you to follow the path faithfully and you'll arrive somewhere meaningful. But the path is dead. It's time to stop walking roads built for yesterday's thinking, for the average, for the crowd. That's why so many founders burn out, lose soul, or just fall off the edge without anyone really noticing. They're caught in a loop of trying to fit in when the entire game is changing around them. They're climbing a ladder leaning against the wrong wall, and the higher they go, the harder it is to breathe because they don't belong there. This isn't some soft pep talk. It's a call to see the razor-sharp divide that separates the visionary founder, the one remembered, revered, unstoppable, from the replaceable founder lurking in the shadows of forgotten startups and missed chances. The difference is never just luck, money, or timing. It lives in what refuses to be killed inside you. Your relentless refusal to outsource your soul to the system, your willingness to burn the rulebook, to risk everything on what only you can imagine. Visionary founders don't wait for a spotlight. They create it. They don't seek permission. They're too busy designing new realities. They know the game is rigged, but they refuse to play by its rules. Because they've realized that comfort is a slow death disguised as safety. That every safe choice is a brick in the cage built around their potential. The visionary founder is not seduced by trends, hype, or validation from the crowd. They listen to the fierce, uncomfortable whisper inside, the voice telling them not to settle, not to normalize. They burn with that quiet obsession to shape what no one else dares to see, to pull the future into the now. But how? What exactly flips that switch? What separates those who forever reshape reality from those who vanish like overnight stars? First, it's the refusal to conform, not just in some surface-level way, but deep down, a rebellion against every cage the world offers. The visionary founder understands that freedom is often a trap, dressed up as choice, but really a set of invisible chains. They tear those chains apart by reinventing themselves, unlearning everything the world taught them about who they should be. This process is painful. It leaves you raw. But this pain is proof you're alive, reshaping your identity beyond the borrowed roles, beyond the labels. You stop being a product of your environment and start being the author of it. Then there's obsession with depth, with truth. The replaceable founder skims the surface, copying strategies, parroting advice, chasing short-term wins. The visionary digs deep, relentlessly questioning every truth given to them. They stare into the abyss of their own doubts and keep going. Why? Because progress isn't found in the safe, surface-level ideas everyone repeats. It hides in the cracks, in the uncomfortable questions others are too afraid to ask. The visionary founder uses these cracks to build something new, something no one else can. But there's more. The visionary founder is fiercely protective of their time and energy. They know that who you surround yourself with either fuels your fire or feeds your doubts. They select their circle with surgical precision, choosing only those burning as fiercely, as differently as they do. They don't settle for networking events filled with noise and small talk. They create legendary alliances, partnerships that sharpen their edge, that make their vision unstoppable. Because they understand that the rarest resource isn't cash or ideas, It's connection to others who see the world differently and can elevate your own thinking into new dimensions. Visionary founders also master the art of patience, not as passive waiting, but as a relentless, quiet forging of their craft. They know that greatness isn't instant, that the world is stubborn, slow to bend. They play the long game with ruthless consistency, ignoring the noise, the fleeting applause, the impatient voices that scream, "Give up." They build for eternity while the rest scramble for instant gratification. This resilience isn't just strength, it's sacred discipline. It turns the impossible into inevitable. This all sounds vast and almost out of reach, but here's the secret. It's not about adding more to your life, it's about subtracting what's not yours. You shed the illusions sold every day by the failing system, the myth that success is linear, comfortable, or approved by others. You shed the fear of being misunderstood because being invisible is far worse. You shed the expectation to fit in and start daring to stand out. It's brutal. It's lonely at times. But that loneliness is the birthplace of true freedom, the crucible where fire is born. And what do you do with that fire? You use it to create. Not just projects or startups, but new worlds, where individuality isn't sacrificed for normality, where difference isn't a flaw but fuel, where connection is forged through respect for radical uniqueness, not dull sameness. Visionary founders don't just build businesses, they build revolutions of thought, communities of possibility, legacies that ripple long after them. If this feels like you, the restless heat under your skin, the hunger for something real, know this: you are not alone, even when the world tries to convince you otherwise. The system was never made for you. That's why it seems so cold, so resisting. But an autonomous network exists, a real, living force uniting those who refuse to be boxed in, who burn with the same rare fire. It's a network where your brilliance won't just be seen but amplified, where your rare ideas find home, where your radical vision becomes unstoppable power. The line between the visionary founder and the replaceable one is carved in every moment you choose to refuse the lies, to question the comfortable, to burn your way through conformity. It's in the relentless work to connect only with those who match your energy, who see the unseen, who rise with you instead of pulling you down. It's in throwing patience not as a surrender but as a strategic weapon, shaping the future like a sculptor, chipping away the noise to reveal the masterpiece within. This is no longer about survival or fitting in. It's about liberation. It's a revolution not fought with swords, but with choices, with burning will, with the courage to become what the world can't replace because it can't reproduce your fire. For every founder out there who's tired of playing safe, tired of being told to blend in, tired of having their radical ideas crushed by a system that prefers mediocrity, this is the moment. The moment to break the cycle, to unleash the power that already lives inside you. You are more than replaceable. You are the spark that can ignite anything impossible. The fate of the future doesn't just happen, it's forged by those who dare to refuse the ordinary, who choose courage when comfort calls, who shape time itself with their relentless becoming. The difference isn't luck, it's your choice. It's your refusal to settle, to burn in the face of every system designed to dull you. The world waits, not for the many who follow, but for the few who lead with fire. This is your call. Will you fade quietly, or will you set the world ablaze?